to Tech Plus Gaming. Today we will play What Would You Rather? What would rather you, cupcake or muffin? Now, next turn, what will you rather, Pringles or Lays? Now, what would you rather, croissants or wafers? Now, what would you rather, pizza or hamburger? What would you rather, Ben and Jerry and Hajin Dazes? Now, Swedish fish or goldfish? Now, next, Takis or Cheetos? Next, orange juice and apple juice. What would you rather? Now next, Sour Pets Kids and Jelly Bens. Now next, peanut butter and Nutella. What would you rather? Now next, cookies and macarons. Time's up. Now next, blondies and brownie. Time's up. Now next, rice and noodles. What would you rather? Now the time's up. Now next, what would you rather, cookies dot and mosmic brownies? Now next, Gatorade and Prime. What would you rather? Now time's up. Next, coffee and tea. What would you rather? Now the time up. Now next, poke bowl and Caesar salad. Now time is up. Now next, bagel and sandwich. What would you rather? Now time is up. Next, hostess cupcake and hostess snowball. Now time's up. Now next, panna cotta and tiramisu. Now time's up. Now next, Nutella toast or PBJ toast. Now time's up. Now next. Coca-Cola iced tea. Now time's up. Now next. Fries with ketchup, fries with mayonnaise. What would you rather? Now the time will be up. Now next. Chocolate croissant and normal croissant. What would you rather? Now time's up. Now next. Ring dings and whoopie pies. Now the time's up. Now next. Taco or burrito. Burrito. Now the time will be up. Now next. Pancakes and crepes. What would you rather? Now the time will be up. Now next. McDonald's and Burger King. What would you rather? Now the time will be up. Now next. Nuggets and fish sticks. Now the time will be up. Now next. Kit Kat Snickers. What would you rather? The time are getting close. Now next. Ice cream yogurt. What would you rather? Now the time are getting up. Now next. Milkshake, hot chocolate. Now the time are up. Now next. Cinnamon roll and Swiss roll. What would you rather? Now the time are up. Now next. Sushi and noodles. What will you rather? The time are getting low and the time are up. Now next. S'mores and moon pie. What would you rather? Now next. Chocolate and candy. What would you rather? Now the time are. Now next. Fruits and vegetable. What would you rather? The time are finished. Now next. Lemon tart apple pie. What would you rather? Now the time are finished. Now next. Sweet crepe, savory crepe. Now the time are finished. Now next. Chocolate cake and brownie. What would you rather? The time are finished. Now next. Lasagna versus shepherd pie. What would you rather? Now the time are finished. Now next. Gummy strawberries. Gummy strawberries serves strawberries. Serves gummies. Now next. Twinkies and oatmeal cream pies. The time are getting finished. Now next. Starbucks versus KFC. What would you rather? Now the time are finished. Now next. Onion rings, mozzarella sticks. The time are finished. Now next. Apples versus pears. What would you rather? The time are finished. Now next. Pizza Hut versus Domino's. What would you rather? Now time are finished. Now next. Steak versus chicken. What would you rather? The time are finished. Now next. Sweet popcorn, salty popcorn. What would you rather? Now the time are finished. Now next. Spaghetti bolognese versus carbonara pasta. What would you rather? With bread with crushed, without crushed. Now next, strawberry versus raspberries. Time finished. Now next. Sausages versus hot dogs. Now next. Mars versus Twix. What would you rather? Now next. Salmon versus shrimps. The time are finished. Now next. Fanta versus Sprite. What would you rather? Now next. Omelette versus fried egg. What would you rather? Now next. Quesadillas versus nachos. Now next. Red Bull versus Monster. Now next. Banana bread versus carrot cake. Now next. Now subscribe to Tech Plus Gaming.